Here's my E-Type jig for sale. This is a jig we built many years ago to work on E-Type shells. It's sturdy enough that you can mount a front bulkhead on here and just the basics of the rear end and nothing in between, and that's sufficiently strong to be able to build the shell, sills and the doorposts and everything. So you can see as we walk around it, it has a mounting here where the exhaust mounting is in the middle of the boot floor. The edges of the rear chassis legs sit on here. This bolts onto the main axle mounting rubbers, or not the rubbers, but straight to the axle tunnel. Here are the mountings for the radius arms. There's one on the other side as well, of course. What else do we have? You have these channels here, which the main floor sits in, like this one. That floor's for sale as well, by the way, as the jig. You can see it mounts on the front there. That slides back and forth. There's no actual location for the floor except for the pre-drilled holes there where the radius arm mounting goes on the boot floor, on the floor of the car. Right, so here we have, this is pinned so that it remains accurate all the time. We've got the four mountings there for the main bulkhead. We've got a couple of centre lines on here as well. You can see that little pin there, little triangle. There's a hole there as well. These are stiffeners which can be removed if they're in your way. They're a separate item, but it does stiffen the bulkhead so that you can be pretty sure that you've got it accurate. You can see there's not a lot of movement in any of it. It usually sits on the floor. It's on these trolleys just to manoeuvre it about. It's also adaptable for the long wheelbase cars, but not a V12 unless you do something about the bulkhead. You simply move that frame onto those back brackets and you have a long wheelbase. You could of course make your own front mountings here, bolt them to those same uprights if you wanted to convert it to V12 use. That's about it really. It's a very useful piece of kit. I don't need it anymore. I've retired from that kind of business, so it's here for anybody who wants it. It's also a very handy way of manoeuvring one of these things around if you leave it on trolleys like this. Anyway, that's that.